What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Road to Optimal Self podcast. I'm Jay. I'm here with two of my longtime best buddies. I'm not going to pick which one is my best friend because, we might have an arm wrestle for it in a minute. But to my left, if you're watching the video, if you're listening, you don't give a fuck where I'm pointing anyway. But to my left is my good friend, Matt Gegorski. Matt, say what's up.
What's up?
He's a man of many words. This is going to be a fun podcast trying to get him to fucking talk. And to my right, one of my other good buddies, Mr. Shane Hoffman.
What's going on, yo?
So, it has been, we joked about this, and was it October, November? When the fuck were we all in the same room again? It was like the first...
When your competition.
Yeah, I think
was
it was
November?
I think it was October.
Is that when we went to...
Yeah, we went
dinner?
to wherever the...
Fatheads.
Fatheads.
Yeah.
But that was the first time the three of us were in the same room for, what did we figure out? 7 years? 8 years?
I think, yeah. When I left for Tennessee.
Yeah.
That was the last time.
Had to have been.
Was it 8?
Yeah.
I've been married for 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it probably was 8.
Yeah. Fuck, his wedding. We'll get to all that. But anyway, the whole purpose of doing this podcast, we're going to tell some funny stories. We're going to catch up. But the main reason I asked these guys onto the podcast is a lot of people don't believe that you can be at rock bottom and turn your fucking shit around. And you guys were around for some of my really, really bad moments. And we're going to get into it. We'll just start with my favorite story of Shane talking shit about me. And that's when I talk shit about Shane's driving. This is Shane's favorite story to tell. So I don't remember, where the fuck were we at? Were we at Legends?
I think so. Yeah, I think it
Were
was
you? You
Legends.
weren't even there, were you? Was this the day that I almost got my ass beat by the biker gang too?
No, I think that was a different day.
God, I get my ass. I get these.
I was pretty hammered this time too, and I
You
don't
were
think
hammered?
I was that time.
Was it Legends or was it Tailgater stuff?
No, it was
No, it
Legends.
was Legends,
I never
yeah.
went when it was tailgaters.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
We went there like almost every weekend.
That was when it was Legends.
Yeah, it was Legends.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being tailgaters.
I don't know. Tailgaters. There was only tailgaters.
Maybe it was Tailgaters after Legends.
It was tailgaters after
Okay.
Legends, yeah.
All right,
Because it was what,
that's what I
Serwins before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 30 years
But
before.
anyway, there was one time that we were in Legends, allegedly drinking way too much. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
This was probably one of those nights that I had ran up like $100+ bar tab. What were we drinking back then? Was it like lemon drop shots or some bullshit like that? What the fuck were we
I don't
drinking?
remember lemon drop shots. I know we drank a lot of Budweiser.
We did drink a lot of Budweiser, but I don't remember whatever the flavor of the day was. I don't remember any of this. Cranberry vodka. I don't know.
That was another story.
We're getting to that story. Fuck you. He can't wait for that. As soon as he said that, I'm like, I know exactly where this motherfucker is going, and it's not fun. But no, I don't think Matt was actually there. I think this was
think
me,
so.
you, and it might have even been Ben.
Maybe.
But anyway, we decide to drive home and
Well,
leave.
yeah, I decided to drive
He
you home.
finally gets me out of the bar, which was a task back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you've heard this story a million times, Matt. But his driving was shit. Let's just call it what it is.
Well, if I wasn't having to hold on to somebody's belt that was hanging out the window, I probably would have been driving a little better.
So allegedly,
Allegedly.
again, we're not confirming this is accurate because I think Shane's making most of this up. But allegedly, I was hanging outside of the car, out of the truck window,
My little Dakota.
and yelling at Shane that he needs to learn how to fucking drive straight or something like that. I do remember. This is one of the few things I remember from the night. His hand on my belt, like, "You fucking moron, get back in the car,"
Yep.
as I'm talking shit. So I just remember waking up the next day in my bathroom, head on the fucking toilet, going, "What the fuck happened last night?"
Wait, I thought it was you were half in the bathroom
I
and
was,
half
I was,
out,
I was half in the bathroom.
and your dad kicked you.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna get into that bad of a story.
shit, so this is even before Debbie.
Yeah, this is way before Debbie. Yeah, I don't think I did. Well, I'm sure I did dumb shit after I met Debbie, but yeah, this goes back This was probably one of the first nights we went out after my divorce.
Yep.
But anyway, now that I got Shane's favorite story out of the way, because he's a shitty driver, let's take it back.
You made it home to your bathroom.
I did.
I had to carry you in there, by the way.
You
You
did.
made it halfway into your bathroom.
Yeah,
I don't know how you got upstairs, but I got you in the bathroom downstairs.
I don't know. But, yes, Shane's my buddy. He made sure I got home. I don't know how none of us have had a DUI with as much as we did a lot of that dumb shit. And I'm not condoning that. Don't fucking drink and drive. Don't be stupid. Anyway, let's take it back. When did we meet? Was it 8th grade?
8th grade. That's when I moved to Fremont.
8th grade year.
Nah, we were like 7.
Maybe you two.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you and I were like 7.
Yeah. How did we fucking meet? Were we in
So
each
that
other's-
has to be how we met.
Yeah. But yeah, we're finally putting the ties together. But yeah,
Because
it
I
was-
met you in football in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I met Victor through Dustin. I remembered that part.
Yeah, I think football kind of brought the 4 of us together.
Dustin Fate.
No, Dustin Chestnut.
Oh.
He's my cousin.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember being a very tiny kid.
Yeah.
I was really small, and I mean, I don't have to tell anybody on this podcast. I talk a lot of shit. So I was trying to find some big dudes to have my back. So when I almost got my ass kicked, I had some people on my back. But I don't remember the exact details. I just remember at some point it was like, as far back as I can remember, Matt's been at my side every step of the way, or, after 8th grade, both of you guys were, and even Grant and Victor to an extent. But so we've known each other since 7th grade or 8th grade, and we've been pretty much, let's put it this way. We used to get, what did your mom used to call the check she did before we went to the fucking mall?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, she would literally be like, me, him, and Grant would be running up to the Sandusky Mall, and she'd be like, hold on, I gotta check all your pockets and make sure, because me and Grant would like wear literal dog chains and shit like that, just and we were always looking to get in a fucking fight and shit. So she would always pull. What kind of car did you have?
Was it the Le Mans?
Le Mans? Yeah.
That sometimes only went in reverse.
Yeah.
Or didn't go in reverse.
But we had
Bounce
to.
that bitch off the curb.
Yeah, she would literally come out and pop the hood and make sure we didn't have baseball bats pop the trunk and baseball bats and what other dumb shit we had in there. But the only big memory I have, obviously there's lots of memories, but the moment I knew we were like, you got friends that I had for different periods of our lives, but the moment I knew we were going to be friends for 20 plus fucking years is we were in, was it art class? It was in that back little wing. It wasn't art class. It was something, but I don't even remember who it was. Someone was talking shit about you, and they wanted to fuck Matt up, and I'm like, well, let's just walk back to his Le Mans, and we'll grab weapons and we'll see which one of us is left standing. And the dude's like, wait, you know Matt? And I'm like, yeah, that's my dude. And we were ready to fucking throw down and fight. And that's how it has always been with you two. Is if you're fucking with one of us, you knew damn well you had to be prepared to fight multiple of us. And usually, let's face it, Shane's the one that started the shit every time. He had such a big fucking mouth. He never shut the fuck up. It was always Shane trying to be some cocky, arrogant dude, probably hitting on somebody else's girlfriend.
Sounds about right.
Backing
Never.
up into dudes dancing.
We're not. We'll get there. I'm sure. We'll get there. I'm sure. But then we all went. Well, you guys went to. What the fuck was the college you guys went to?
DeVry.
DeVry in Columbus, right?
Yeah.
And I went Cleveland State. And I don't even remember why. How did we? Me and you stayed in touch more than me and you, Shane, because I don't remember why.
Reserve Square thought I lived there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is the first couple years I was in college, I really didn't. It's not that we didn't keep in touch. It's just I didn't see you guys as much. And we're not talking. This wasn't during the time that it is now, where it was easy as fuck.
Yeah.
If it was now, there's no doubt we would have been. You had to use fucking AOL Instant Messenger and shit like that, or what was the other one? IQ? What the fuck was it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, there was all types of messenger ones, but there was two main ones. And literally, that was I remember sitting in my out of office, and you sit there and you're like, which song lyrics are the best for how, or not out of office, you're out of your away message on AOL, right?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, they're gonna send me a message. It's gonna send them this book of fucking song lyrics, and they'll know exactly how the fuck I feel. Like that. Those were the days. So we didn't really hang out my freshman or sophomore year.
Well, I don't think really until both of us left DeVry, because we both left and went back to Fremont, and I know he was going up all the time to see you, but my work schedule wasn't as set as his was. That's why I only made it up kind of.
Yeah, I know.
That was every other weekend.
Yeah, because we always hung out in the summers when I came home.
Yeah.
And then I remember telling you between my sophomore and junior year of college, I wasn't coming back because I was going to work for the Indians, and we were moving into this new place, Reserve Square, and we were going to fucking party all summer. And Matt was like, I'll come up. Because you were on, what, a 3 on, 2 off? It was like a 12-hour schedule.
Yeah, it was basically every other weekend. 2 on, 3 off, 3 on, 2 off.
Yeah. So every other weekend, he literally, I think it got to the point, he's not joking, our security guard would buzz him up. You had to have a fucking key fob to get in, and I would like go to leave somewhere, and fucking Matt's at my door, and I'm like, how the fuck are you even here? And he's carrying Rascal House pizza or some shit, and I'm like, well, since you got food, I mean, come on in, motherfucker. But
the bar downstairs used to give me the residence discount.
yeah, we'll get into that one too. That was a great. There's some good times there, but yeah. So at some point, Shane started coming up as well. And I remember he could never come up at the same time you did. So you would come up on like Friday, and me and you would get fucking shit-faced. And then then we would wake up Saturday, and you'd be coming up at like, what, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening?
Probably late afternoon.
And we'd be 3 sheets to the fucking wind by the time you showed up. And Shane, what did we do to you when you used to fucking walk in the door, man?
Give me a big glass, not a shot glass, a big glass, and tell me the Jägermeister was in the freezer.
Yeah.
Catch up.
And catch up, motherfucker. It's fucking time to go. And what's funny is we wouldn't even be that drunk at that point. We would just tell him we were that drunk. And then he was fucking shit-faced, and we would be laughing at him.
Because we'd stop midway through and
Yeah.
sober up a little bit.
Yeah, because it was bad. But we used to, there were a lot of times we went to Indians games and just hung out and did all types of just dumb, crazy shit. But I think that's probably when my life was taking more of the turn for the worse, is when I quit swimming, or I blew out my shoulders, and I felt like I had no fucking purpose anymore. That's when I really decided weed, pills, and alcohol were a lot more important than I was giving them credit for. So I do remember one time, right when we moved into Reserve Square, you might not even remember this, I bought a brand new desk.
Oh, I remember that.
And we're like, me and this motherfucker put together an entire desk. Didn't use a single piece of hardware.
We went to flip it up.
So we went to flip it up, and the fucker just falls everywhere. And we're completely fucking, I don't know if I was high, hammered, something, but obviously I wasn't of sound mind. And all of a sudden, I think it just laid there the entire night. We literally just started drinking and said, fuck it, no, this is a project for tomorrow. But that's how bad it got there for a while. Is I was literally drunk and or high damn near every fucking day. I mean, it was bad. I mean, and you don't, at the time you don't realize, you're like, I'm just having a good time. But looking back now, there's probably a reason why I have stomach and fucking gastro issues, because I did not do my body any fucking favors. I remember there was a time, was it you and Dustin showed up at my?
Yeah.
And I was by my, what'd
Yeah,
you say?
I forget. You were sitting by yourself on the couch, and I don't remember if you were watching something on TV or if the TV was off, but you were just sitting there. And we tried to talk to you, and you were not there. And then I think we left, because I think we got up there a little early. We were going to a concert.
Yeah, and wasn't Dustin trying to pick up his bass or something that he had left
Maybe,
at my place or something like that. And I was not of sound mind a lot of the time when I was in Cleveland. I mean, like I said, I got great memories there. We spent a lot of fun nights, and I'm not saying you shouldn't experiment and have fun in college. I probably just took it a little too far over the edge. I mean, it's not like some of those parties we had, like
The New Year's parties were fun.
Yeah, we're lucky we didn't get fucking arrested and shit, man. Like, I remember, so my 21st birthday. You guys remember this one? I actually do remember this one, which is
I don't
crazy.
remember which party was which party. I mean,
So 21st birthday party, this is the one where Shane got left, or lost.
Oh.
So we
yeah,
decide...
the flight attendants.
No, I don't remember what she did. She said she worked for the government.
Something like that.
Yeah, but she was a spy sent to fucking take us out. But we decide Grant came up, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't really.
Grant and Jamie Lee.
Yeah,
and
there's a bunch
Some
of
frat guys you knew or something.
I didn't really know them.
Oh.
So we're in Reserve Square because I knew. We pretty much knew the bartenders, and I don't even know what the bar was called, but it was in the basement, basically, of our apartment building, and they wouldn't ID us. They would just kind of let us go. So we're like, we'll start here and see what happens. And we had you guys remember what the rule was on who was buying the next round?
The breathalyzer?
They had a little breathalyzer test, and if you were the idiot that blew the lowest, you bought the next round. So there was incentive to get really fucked up. Which is never a good idea. But then I don't remember who called the frat buddy, quote unquote, that I knew from school. Well, he brought a whole bunch of women, and it got pretty nuts. I don't even know his name. I don't remember vaguely. I just remember it. Fuck, I don't even remember the girl. Oh no, yeah, I do. Molly, Juliana, and I don't forget the other one's name, but. We're not getting into that part of these stories because let's face it, Debbie better never listen to half this shit. But
it's a whole other rabbit hole.
So let's not get down that rabbit hole. But I remember he brought a bunch of people, and at some point we were going up. We're like, all right, well, let's go up to the apartment. We'll order some pizza, and we'll figure out what the fuck the next step is. And that's when the frat dude and a couple other people were like, hey, we need to go downtown to titty bars or whatever the fuck it was. And I was like,
I
dude.
thought we all went to a bar together, and then you guys realized that Grant couldn't get in.
No, we never left.
Oh.
We never left
We were downstairs.
Reserve Square.
Did I leave?
Yeah, I think you may have went with the.
No, because the dude, the frat guy that we're talking about, was very good at persuading people to do shit, and I don't think you saw it. You might have. Me and him almost got threw down because he was going, "Fuck your friend, fuck your sister, like it's your birthday, this is what you're doing," and I'm like, dude, this dude's had my. And I mean, think about this now, fucking 20 years later. How powerful this statement is, but I mean, I'd only known Grant 6 years at this point. I'm going, that's my fucking dude. He's had my back I'm not fucking leaving his ass here. We're fine right here, or we can go up and get some fucking pizza and we'll chill out. So at some point, they convinced Shane Kilkenny, who was my roommate at the time. Steve, there was a fair amount of people left because by the time you guys got back, I had pretty much sobered up.
And the 3 women that we met.
Well, there were some people that stayed with us. But anyway, Shane ended up going somewhere. I don't even know. Where the fuck did you guys go?
I don't remember.
How the fuck did you get back?
I asked them I asked the girls if I could stay with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because they were above.
They were either a floor above you or below you.
Yeah. Fuck, I wish I remembered who that was now.
Me too.
Yeah. But I just remember at one point you knocking on the door, and I'm like, where the fuck have you been?
If I heard that fat douchebag's name again, I'd recognize it.
I don't remember.
Which one?
The one that we were just talking about.
The frat guy?
Yeah.
No, the one I'm thinking of isn't fat.
No.
Oh, frat dude. Frat dude. I thought you said fat dude. I'm like, that narrows it down. But yeah, we had, that was a weird night because it's, that's the thing when you're that age. It's like you go where everybody can go. And I've always been, despite all of my downfalls and alcohol and pills, weed, the one thing that's always been consistent, you guys would probably agree with it, I'm a very loyal fucking person. So if Grant makes a trip up, if my sister makes a trip up, I ain't fucking leaving them for no fucking reason. Mind you, by the time everybody left, we were probably shouldn't have been going anywhere anyway, because we can get to the New Year's parties then, because this is how it normally went when we had shit there.
Which party was it that Kilkenny jumped in the trash can and was.
Was this the one where
He was trying to
Lunchbox
spit
fell,
and
fell
fell
through the
in the
wall?
wall.
Yeah, that was a New Year's party.
And then he almost took out the sliding glass door too.
Yeah. We had a party. I don't remember what New Year's Eve was. I think it was 2003 going to 2004, probably. Because I think I stopped. We moved out of there. We lost our security deposit and basically got kicked out in 2005. So, or 2004, I think we did. I think we only had one New Year's party at this one. We only actually, believe it or not, we only were in Reserve Square for about 18 months. It seemed a lot longer because then we moved to West Side, Silk Avenue, and that was, I didn't even want to go outside. That place was fucked up. But anyway, we had a New Year's Eve party.
Inside that place were too.
What the fuck? What was the part? I remember someone showing up, I remember Shane was after one of the chicks. I don't remember what the fucking reasoning was, or how we all got there. But I remember going, I'm gonna hook Shane up with this. I don't remember.
The redhead?
The redhead, yeah. And then I was being an asshole to every woman that looked my direction. I mean, I realistically, especially with today's, I would have been fucking reported several times for half the dumb shit I did.
Is it redhead Julianne?
No,
It was
Juliana.
like Nicole or something.
Yeah,
maybe.
this was one of their good friends. Juliana was not redhead. But she was fucking. She was the one that brought all the because it was kind of like my circle and her circle, intertwined. But anyway, we were having that, and I just remember at one point, Shane's on the fucking balcony, like it looked like he was making some headway. I don't know, and then Matt had to fucking flash his genitals at the fucking.
Wait, Matt?
Yeah, it was Matt. Clearly.
No. See, I remember being on the balcony and hearing you call my name.
I
And
called
I'm
your
talking,
name.
and I was like, man, I better go see what he wants. And I opened the door, and there you are with one leg up on the couch and some of your business hanging out. And she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go. I was like,
Did she
yeah,
leave?
I don't blame you.
Did she leave right then?
She did.
You know, I was listening to a podcast with Stipe Miocic and his buddies, and he was talking about the How I Met Your Mother, The Naked Man. Have you heard about this shit? I guess there's a play, you know, Barney has a playbook, right? And one of his plays, and it works 2/3 of the time, is when you go back to a girl's place, or if she goes back to yours, just get butt naked and say, what are you going to do with it? 2/3 of the time, it fucking works. That's bullshit. I'm sure that's fucking bullshit, right? That's got to be bullshit. But anyway, in this case, if your friend shows his business, you're definitely going to strike out. Like, my playbook is it worked exactly how I expected it to work. It was. And it didn't Kilkenny right after that, like, get up on the fucking.
Oh yeah.
The TV
The
stand?
TV stand, and he said when his nuts drop,
No,
It's the new
balls
year.
were
when his
dropping
balls
with
were
the ball.
dropping with the ball.
Didn't he break, like, your makeshift bar that night, too?
Yeah.
Trying to stand on it or something?
No, so first of all, the first thing we did that probably cost us our security deposit is, didn't we take the bathroom door off and turn it into, we painted it and turned it into a beer pong table. So, and we even put like a 9G logo on it. We put where the ball should go, or the cup should go, and we that was strike one.
Yeah.
And then, who the fuck bet Lunchbox's fat ass that he could do a handstand up against the wall? Well, he fell through the wall.
And then
We had one of those tables, the kitchen tables that like the two ends fold down, and it was folded up, and that was our bar.
Yeah.
And Kilkenny like jumped up on there, and I mean, mind you, there's fucking beer bottles and liquor bottles everywhere, and he just jumped up on that motherfucker, and I'm pretty sure he broke it.
I think that was the night that your sister and Grant finished the trays of Jello shots too.
Oh yeah.
I had him convinced that the blanket in Steve's bed where they were sleeping, he shit all over the place in there. They were so drunk.
We've done some pretty dumb shit. Was this the party where we closed one of the bathrooms and filled up the tub with ice and beer?
I don't remember. It could have been.
That was a horrible idea, too, because now we only got one little bathroom back where me and Dave's room was. And, Lots of.
And speaking of Steve, we gotta talk about Steve.
Oh yeah, the ultimate prank, people. The ultimate prank. I don't even know that I can get through this shit without laughing hysterically. So our buddy Steve, if you're listening to this, fuck you, Steve. I've not talked to him since Dave's bachelor party.
I've seen him.
Oh no, I went to Dave's wedding.
I've seen him downtown, but he doesn't know who I am anymore.
Does he work downtown?
I don't. I've just like randomly seen him.
Okay.
I haven't actually talked with him, but
Anyway, he was.
still looks the same.
He was not what you would call a ladies' man, by any means,
By any means.
like at all.
No.
So anyway, he has the girl come. Were you? I don't think you were here for this,
I don't think it was.
but
I've heard the story.
he comes up and he's like, "You guys got to picture like the biggest fucking couch in the world was our couch at 9GE, and Steve's on one end of the couch." And she's on the complete opposite.
Like
So
hugging the other side of the
So
couch.
my ass is like a fucking dick in our bedroom. Like me and Matt are back there, and I would play dust on the bottle and like back that ass up and all this crazy shit. So finally he like fucking comes over and he's like, "I'm about to take her on this date. Fuck off." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So he leaves, and was this your idea or my
I
idea?
don't remember.
It was his idea. It was 100% his idea.
Oh yeah, from that reaction.
That reaction.
Oh, definitely.
Because I'm like, I don't remember being this fucking. I mean, I know my part of it definitely made it worse.
I think we both came up with it.
No, so here's what it was. I remember
But
vividly.
I
now.
just kept going with it. and
No,
it made it
no,
worse.
no. Actually, you started it, and I'm the one that made it worse.
Okay.
So he's like, it was me and Dave were in one room, and then Steve had one room by himself, and he kept telling me when I bring her back, like, be ready. And I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with me? Like, what do you want me in the bed fucking naked? What the fuck do you mean be ready? Well, I'm telling Matt this story. I'm like, he said be ready, and he goes, dude, we got to put porn on his fucking computer. And I'm like, good idea. And I'm like, but it can't be like good porn, like not something that's gonna like help the situation. It's gotta be like fucking weird porn. And he's like, get a dude fucking a vacuum cleaner. And I'm like, you're fucked up, dude. Like, who the fuck thinks of dude fucking vacuum? Well, anyway, we found porn
I don't remember.
of a
that
dude
part.
fucking a vacuum cleaner. So anyway, this is where I made it worse. Is I'm like, well, he's just gonna walk in and turn the shit off. So we turned it at max volume, which hindsight, like, for like fucking 3 hours, all we hear is a dude fucking a vacuum cleaner as we're fucking hanging out here. So anyway,
Maybe you should have left that part out.
I probably should have left that part out. But anyway, so I stole his mouse, his keyboard. Literally, it is just locked. Full screen, dude fucking hoovering himself. And we're like, we were not there for 3 hours listening to that shit. We were there for like 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of
Yeah, we were
here.
at the bar. Or
Or I'm like, we can't be sitting here listening to this fucking, all you hear is, and you're like, I can just picture the dude fucking a vacuum cleaner. I don't want to picture this for the next fucking 3 hours. So we did. We went to a bar.
Yeah.
And at some point, my phone rang. And the only words that were spoken were, you're a fucking asshole. And then I heard a click. And I was like, I think Steve's home. So we get back. And do you remember the best part of this story?
I don't know.
So we get back, and you just smell cigarette smoke in our. And then normally, when you smoke weed, when you smoked anything at that place, you went out on the balcony. You open that door, and you're like, someone's smoking a fucking cigarette inside of the apartment. This motherfucker is sitting in his chair, watching the fucking Hoover porn, smoking a goddamn cigarette.
He didn't know where his keyboard
Because he
was.
didn't know where his shit was. And I'm like, dude, you could have hit the power button. And he's like, he was so fucking drunk, he didn't remember that there was a power button on his computer.
Touche.
So
I just remember
he goes,
touche.
touche. And I'm like, where'd the girl go? And I don't remember exactly his response, but he goes, if you walked into an apartment with a dude that just went on possibly one of the worst first dates of your life, and you come back, and the first thing you see is a dude fucking a vacuum cleaner, would you hang out? And I'm like, no. So anyway, we just let that motherfucking dog lie. So that turned into a battle between me and Steve for several years after that on who could prank the other one more when the other one was on a date. Because he became my roommate after Dave and his wife got engaged and moved back to Euclid. Me and Steve pretty much stayed roommates.
So bad.
Yeah, for Silk Ave and everything. And
Spring was big.
oh my God, I forgot about that story.
I don't think I ever went to that place.
You probably didn't want to. It was a pretty fucked up. Like, we always spent the time at the bar. We never actually went to, like, we slept there, but
I don't even remember going to the bar there.
that's where we made up the Taste the Rainbow game. Weren't you part of that? Dude, that's how
Silk
fuck.
Ave?
Yeah. There's that little bar around the corner.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we were pretty fucked up all the time there, though. I just remember, where's the pizza place where you bought one and got 4 free?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just remember getting a lot
I
of.
don't remember that either.
It was like Pizza House or some shit like that. But anyway, yeah. The other funny Steve story is, what the fuck were we doing?
I don't know.
We were having some kind of party, and Steve had asked us to leave because he was bringing a girl back,
Yeah.
and that's how I knew we went to the bar.
Okay.
So I went to this bar. I think it was called McNamara's or something like that. It was right around the corner. I knew the guy that bought it was my boss at the Cleveland Indians, so it was one of those. And I could be mixing up who I made up that game with, but we used to go to this bar and we had a game that was called Taste the Rainbow. If you could make it through 6 flavors, so all you did is you walked in and say, I go, all right, Matt's doing the Taste the Rainbow challenge. First color is blue. That's all you said, and then the bartender made whatever the fuck they wanted that was blue. And if you made it through 6 colors, you won the Taste the Rainbow challenge, which no one ever made it through 6 colors. I mean, they fucking made sure that shit was so fucked up. And I think all you won, if you finished all 6 colors, was like 6 chicken wings. So it was the worst.
You lost either way.
It was like risk reward. It was like, fuck yeah. I mean, I love them chicken wings, but I don't remember eating them. It was just something in your stomach to throw up when you got home.
I don't remember that. I remember the Buffalo Zoo from the bar at Reserve Square. They just took a big ass cup, put every brown liquor they had behind the bar in there, and gave us some random name. But it was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You've done stuff like that to me a few times.
Yeah.
But not with brown.
That was after we moved. That was every single clear liquor I could find.
That was once at 9GE, I think.
Yes.
And then once in Dustin's apartment.
Yes.
That one
And
was
you,
a bad one.
You puked both times, didn't you? No.
At Dustin's, I know I did.
At Dustin's, you for sure did. I wonder if I still have those pictures. But anyway, we get back from the bar, and I just remember, was there a car there? Or what made us look in his room?
But no, he came out and told us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We were sitting there.
Don't laugh in the morning.
Yeah, he came out because me and
Nothing ever good ever
me and
comes from
him,
that.
we went back, and our typical thing was, and this is probably all 3 of ours. I don't know if it's our favorite movie, but it's one of the top that we quote the most. But we were watching Out Cold,
Yeah.
and that must have woke him up, and he came out, and yeah, he looks at both of us, and he's like, "Don't laugh at me in the morning," and then he like went to the bathroom or something, and then he like goes back in. So instantly, I jump up and I'm like, I gotta see what the fuck this is. And I literally was laughing. I'm like, man, you gotta come see this shit. Like, you gotta see. I'm so giddy. I'm like, can't even talk. I'm like, you gotta see this shit. And like, Matt comes and looks, and what the fuck, man? He was laying off the bed. Like, he didn't even have a bed frame. He just had a mattress. And I'm like, man, what the fuck is like? I'm like, Matt, why is he laying on the bed? He's like, she's as big as the bed, dude. Yeah. So he
I
had.
just remember those shoes.
Yeah, all you saw.
He had some big ass feet, but you could fit her shoes inside of him.
It was bad. It was fucked up. But yeah, then I moved home, and we had the time where, was it during the World Series or something like that? But me and Dustin had started hanging out again. It was around the time Star Wars Episode 2 came out. But anyway, who the fuck were we hanging out with? It was Dustin, Becky,
It was Dustin.
Andy.
Andy. Was it
Miguel.
Wagner? Oh no, yes, that's who it was. And
What was Dustin's stepbrother's name?
I don't remember. I don't think I ever met
That's when
Dustin's
you. That's
stepbrother.
when you were up.
that was when I was
Lifeguard.
at a lifeguard. Yeah, that was
I was still in school, right?
no, that was
You were out.
that was between I worked there my senior before I went to college, and then my freshman in between my freshman and sophomore year, and then I ended up quitting it halfway through my sophomore to junior year to move up to Cleveland to work for the Indians. But we were, for whatever reason, drinking.
Again.
And I gave Shane so many drinks that he ended up puking. And then the worst part is he's like puking and he's picking it up, like playing with the puke. That's when you know you're fucked up. You don't even care that you puked.
I think it was pizza.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys gave me that big cup that was filled with whatever liquor Dustin had, and he had a lot. And you're like, here, drink this. And I think I drank the whole thing.
Was that the apartment with all the ferrets?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was over by Hayes School.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back that way. It was like a duplex, wasn't it?
Yeah, they lived in the upstairs, and Andy's now wife lived in the bottom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I don't know if she lived there at that time.
I don't
but
remember much of those.
I remember that apartment smells so bad.
Yeah.
Those ferrets.
Yeah, but yeah, we did a lot of drunken stupidness, and then I'd like to say I pulled this together right away when I moved back, but
We fell out of touch for a while. Because I never even met your first wife while you guys were together, except for once we ran into each other at the bar.
you weren't in my wedding.
I was there, but I wasn't in it.
How the fuck is that possible?
I was there and I was in it, and I hardly remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
fell out of touch there for a while. Not very long, but
Well, did we really fall out of touch, or was it just my ex-wife hated you?
but I never even met her.
Yeah. Well,
She
You're
probably
welcome.
hated me too, but I didn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Because we started hanging out more after, because I remember I took you to the house to pick up the stuff. That was a weird night.
you were there too, weren't you? No, he wasn't.
Probably just me and
No,
you.
because you had moved to Cleveland by that point. But anyway,
I don't remember. Maybe.
yeah, I ended up moving back and getting hooked up with a lovely woman. And the only thing I'm going to say about her, because
Who are you talking about?
my ex-wife,
Okay.
because that's the only person I dated once I moved back. Right? I mean, that I know of. The fuck, I was pretty drunk and high half the time, so I don't remember.
Maybe if you moved back.
Yeah, because I stayed in Cleveland pretty much. I moved back to go out on a date with her. Well, I didn't move back to go out on a date with her, but I came back into town to go out on a date with
There
her.
was that Rachel girl at one point too.
No, that was in between.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. That was the worst date of all time. No. Yeah, that had to be the worst date of all time. But anyway, so I moved back, and I did not give up my drinking ways. And the only thing I'm going to say about this is my actual wedding day. We're not going to get into anything else because I don't give a fuck to talk about it, because I really don't wish her any ill will. But I ran into the videographer of my wedding. Like,
No, you gotta step back.
I got to step back. What do we got? Whoa. This is a Matt story right here, because this motherfucker.
So we're on the golf course. We did.
Was this the day of the wedding?
It was right before the wedding.
That's right. We went golfing right before
We did
the
like
wedding.
27 holes out at
Sycamore.
Sycamore.
See, I don't even think I went to your bachelor party. That one. I know I did the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you did. Because we went golfing and all.
That was for. Was that the first?
Yeah, that was the first one we went golfing and camping at
That's right. Yeah.
with Wendy and
Oh,
Rick.
right, Yeah.
Yeah, I swear you did. Cause
Did we go to Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
So it was me and Jake and Grant, I think, together.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did. And we played poker.
Well, yeah, I don't think I stayed for all that.
Yeah, I think I don't remember what it was, but you
Probably
were there
more.
for the majority of it.
Yeah. So the morning of, we get the bright idea that we're gonna go out and do 27 holes at Sycamore.
First of all, what's this we shit? You said, let's go golfing.
Well, it was all your idea.
It's possible.
And then
I'm going to be like Dwight from The Office.
we
For those of you
Let's-
listening, he's pointing at me.
let's get 64-ounce Gatorades, dump half out, fill the rest
First of
with
all,
vodka.
drink.
that was a you thing. I did not have that idea.
Maybe the Gatorade
I would have
was
just,
me.
that's probably accurate. But anyway, we were fucking lit by the time we left the golf course.
Yes, we were.
I'm talking lit. And I just remember we leave there, we're getting ready, And they're wiring me up because they paid a bunch of money to have a videographer.
Yeah.
So they're wiring up, like putting the fucking microphone on me and shit.
All I remember that dude, he looked like the dude from Walker, Texas Ranger, Trevette.
The partner?
Like, yeah, he was like spitting image of the partner, Trevette, or whatever the hell his name was.
So he wires me up with a microphone, and I'm like, give me a minute. I drank a bunch of fucking liquor before I came, so I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. This dipshit goes with me, and we're like pissing. And of course, he looks at my cock and he goes, "Nice cock." And I was like, "Thanks, man." But anyway, we're pissing, and what did you say? I don't even remember exactly what it was. You said something like, "I'll cover the excuse. Get the fuck out of here," or something.
No, if you want to run, do it now.
Yeah, it was something like that. But he insinuated, "You need to get the fuck out of here. I'll deal with the consequences." And I was like, "We're good." And then she's walking down the aisle, and he's like, "Psh, get the fuck out of here." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm about to get married. Knock it off." And he's like, "Get out." And I'm like, fucking, I'm already stressed the fuck out.
And then the priest says, what did he say about being drunk and getting married or something?
He did. Yeah. It must have been obvious that I was drunk.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go, obviously, spoiler, it didn't work out very well. We got divorced almost immediately. And I remember like 6 months later, I ran into the video guy. I'm like, "Hey man, why didn't you never get us our video?" He goes, "You want to know why I didn't give you your video?" He goes, "Do you remember yours and your best man's conversation?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "I hooked you up with a fucking mic, dickhead. We could hear everything." And I'm like, "What do you mean by everything?" He goes, "The part where he told you to leave, the part where he said nice cock, the part where the part where just everything you said I heard." And I was like, "Oh, so you never gave him a video?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "I hope you got paid though." He goes, "I got paid." I'm like, "That's all that matters." He's like, "So how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, we're divorced." Or we were going through the divorce because that divorce took forever. But yeah. And they were some vindictive motherfuckers. They divorced me, they sued me.
The whole family did.
And yeah, I got divorced, sued, restraining order.
Yeah.
What the fuck else?
Yeah, I know that was weird that night we picked up your stuff.
Weren't they sitting on the porch or something?
Yeah, and it was all stacked
Oh, you know
like
what?
at the end of the driveway.
I think I might have been there.
I think you were there.
Hell, I think your dad might have been there too.
He was, because I was living there.
Yeah, because I remember, like, they had some of their shit at the end of the drive, and then, like, they just eyed us as we walked in the house, see the rest of it.
No, we weren't allowed in the house.
Yeah, we
they had the
weren't.
cops there, remember?
Yeah, they had it all out
I thought they
stacked.
let us in the house. No.
No. We were not allowed in the
Well,
house.
it's probably because they heard that we were going to just fuck shit up on the way out.
I was going to put a dookie in the corner. But anyway, so... yeah, I'd love to say the divorce was the wake-up call. But that just led to a lot more drinking.
Yeah.
A lot more bad decisions. I think I did tone it down a little bit more after that, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. The first couple months, I was a fucking psychopath. But
Probably after Bowling Green.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that on this. That's a moment where you realize who your fucking bros are and who your family is. And all I'll say is I had a pretty bad breakdown, and these guys made sure no one was around me to see it. And we shed lots of fucking tears. But that's not that you need to have those moments to realize who your bros are, but that was one of those moments that when you're, even to this day, if I'm having a fucking shitty day, I can flash back to that and go, all right, there's, you can count on one hand the amount of people you can reach out to when shit hits the fan, and obviously you guys will be on that list for fucking ever because of that. But that probably toned me down until I met Debbie, my current wife.
Well, I don't know that we were real toned down when you met Debbie.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I was toned down until I met Debbie, and then because actually the night we met Debbie, I was sober because I was the DD because Justin had just found out that his wife was pregnant with another person's baby, so he was super fucked up. Found out he was.
I forgot
getting
he was with us that night.
Yeah, because we went
I
to.
wasn't even with
You
you
were
guys.
not. You had moved to Cleveland by
Was it
this
just
point.
us three and Ben?
Ben. And we went to.
I don't think I was living in Cleveland. No.
We went to the pool, but you were up in
I was up
Cleveland.
in Cleveland, yeah.
And it was we went to the pool. Where's the place on State Street? It's now like a fucking
Hillside?
the pit, or yeah, the Hillside. We went and played pool, and then we went to Legends, which was obviously my fucking bar, and you knew Mel,
No. Yep.
and we just kind of started talking and shit, and then Justin hit on my wife. Well, she wasn't my wife at the time, but he was hitting on her, and we went back to her place because he was. Weren't we about to get kicked? Like, he was so belligerent, we were about to get kicked out, weren't we? Because we and you drug him home to her house.
I remember we had to carry him.
Yeah, we had to literally carry him. So they were. I think they were threatening to kick us out, and me and him had spent so much time there. I think whatever the dude's name was that was the bartender that did all the flaming fucking.
Rough.
Yeah, he's like, you got to get him the fuck out of here. And we were like, okay. So we went back to.
Yeah, we knew the bartender, we knew the bouncers.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Let's
Bruff was the bouncer.
Yeah, Bruff was the bouncer.
Yeah.
There was a time Bruff had a conversation with me about getting your ass the fuck out of there. Do you remember this one? Do you remember when he was trying to fucking puke inside of his Budweiser bottle? He was sitting there and we drank so much this motherfucker was trying to puke inside of his own beer bottle. What kind of idiot does that? It's like, go to the fucking bathroom, dickhead. And he's just sitting here like, trying to fucking puke in his own bottle.
Oh.
What kind of dickhead?
I vaguely remember that.
There's no way you remember that, dude.
I remember you doing it outside on their patio.
I puked on their patio several times. That was the time I was going to hook up with, forget her name, but there was this.
Debbie.
No, yeah, it was not Debbie. Yeah, don't
One
try
of
to
the
say
bartenders?
anything. No, it wasn't one of the bartenders. Yeah, it was one of the bartenders.
forget
I had
what
dated
her
her
name is.
in high school.
Is her name like Beth or something?
I
don't remember.
literally don't know.
Bartender, what was that, Misty or...
No, it wasn't. She was only a bartender there for a little
Yeah,
bit.
she wasn't there very long.
And yeah, and then the next day we went back out, and I was supposed to hang out with her that day, but I had drank so much I was puking literally the entire next fucking day. And we went to like Denny's or something. I wasn't even drinking, and I puked in Denny's parking lot. And I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So yeah, we had way too much fun there. But yeah, we went. I'd love to say that again. Meeting my wife is what settled my ass down, but no, we were fucking psychopaths when we met Debbie and that crew. I think we went 8 months where we were drunk every fucking weekend.
All the time.
Where was the classic at and all that?
Oh shit, that was around.
That was before Debbie, right?
I think I had just met Debbie.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Because
I think
Victor
that
was married.
I think that was before Debbie. Yeah, Victor was...
I think that was post divorce before
Victor
Debbie.
was going through divorce.
Yeah,
They
it
weren't
was.
there yet.
They were almost there.
Yeah, it was post my divorce, pre Victor's divorce.
Could-
Because the only reason I went is because I was going through some shit.
yeah, that could be.
So he was not letting this fucking story
Well,
go.
there's two good stories in that.
Oh, there's a lot of good stories.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's true.
So we decide. My sister was living. She was going to Ohio State. We decide to go down. What's funny is I was never that into like lifting and shit. You guys were really into Arnold, the Arnold Classic, and I didn't give a fuck because I was 145 pound drunken high dude.
Yeah, that was one of the times when I could out-work you in the gym.
Doesn't happen anymore.
No, I know.
But it used to happen. No, I mean, literally, I went to the gym with him once, and I couldn't straighten my arms for fucking 2 weeks, and I never worked out again.
I'd probably be like that if I did that again.
But anyway, what made us? Who was it? Jason had tickets, VIP tickets, or something like that.
Victor got him through Jason.
Victor got him from
So I asked my sister who actually needed someone to house sit or something. So we were like, fuck it.
Wasn't the dog there or something?
Yeah. Fucking asshole dog, Griffin or something like that. So anyway, we go down to Columbus and we're going. What day was Friday the VIP day, and then Saturday we were supposed to go through the show.
I don't remember.
It was either Thursday or Friday.
Either way, we get
Yeah,
down there. We check into my sister's. We go straight to VIP party. Is that where we went?
No, I think that was at night.
No, we went to the pre-party.
Where the fuck was pre-party at?
The pre-party was in the warehouse district in Columbus.
Because I don't think we never made it to the VIP part. We were supposed to.
No, we definitely made it to the VIP party because that's how I got so fucked up.
I don't think I was a VIP.
No, we were at the bar the VIP
Yeah.
party was in. But
Something happened and
yeah.
we couldn't get in, yeah.
Yeah, but Jason was there because he covered
Yeah, he
half of
covered
our
all the
drinks.
yeah.
Yeah.
If not all of them. I don't remember paying for shit.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh,
All I know is
Jason, dude, is incredible. Like he
yeah. All I know is I
knew the
drank.
guy and he would cover.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know what part you're going to fucking tell, but I don't remember much of that shit other than I went, Matt, what are we drinking? Or Shane, what are we drinking? And you said cranberry and vodka. And that's what the fuck I drank until...
No, you know what? Maybe, I think that might have been the pre-party. I don't think that was the big party.
Yeah, we didn't get into.
I don't think we got into the VIP party then, because I was...
Although we might have, because wasn't there like a chocolate fountain or something? And they had like models at the chocolate fountain.
It could have been.
Yes.
I remember that.
I do remember that, but I don't remember... Like, I'm pretty much blackout drunk by...
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't blackout drunk yet, but I was pretty fucking close.
Yeah, because remember we had to have that the dude that sold the sex toys drive us there.
The taxi driver.
Yeah.
That was after.
That was after.
He took us to.
He took us to the restaurant.
It was the dude that like he talked in like clicks and whistles.
Yeah, he drove the van and didn't like stop for any stop sign.
Yeah.
He rode the center line the whole way. Like.
Yeah, and when you're drunk, that ain't fucking fun.
Yeah, you're right. It was the other dude that.
But yeah, we were at a VIP pre-party, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking bar was even called.
Me neither.
There was
But
like 5 of them in there or something.
But it was 4 of us, right? Because it was Victor and the 3 of us. And we just got to a point where we were real fucking drunk and we were gonna have some fun. And then I'm not telling it. If you want to tell the fucking story, you gotta fucking tell. I'm not bringing up what the fuck happened.
Which story?
The dancing part.
Yeah,
that was at the VIP.
I don't
part.
remember seeing it.
I swear it's made up. At this point, I don't believe it was. But the 3 of you have sold it so well. I believe it, but I don't believe it. So what the fuck happened? Because I remember.
So you're trying to get us to dance.
That sounds like me because I was. You guys are all like the drunks that sit in the corner like this, and I'm like the idiot that goes around trying to talk to everybody.
You're trying to pull off your boy band dance moves and shit. And all of a sudden, you're like backing up into. You thought you were backing up into some chick.
Was I doing like the Shaggy Shuffle or something?
You were just like backing up into some. You thought it was a chick, and it turned out to be a big ass bodybuilder.
There was a dude.
After you winked at us. And then you tried to grab his ass.
I did not try and grab his ass. That is fucking made up. That is made the fuck up. You're exaggerating now. That's worse than me making up that you said nice cock. That was... I do remember that was the minute that I was like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Because, I mean, instantly I'm like, if what you're saying is true, we got to get out of here. And even Victor was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And Victor's always ready to fucking fight.
Yeah, he got... Who the fuck did he get out?
You thought he and I were going to get into it.
Because I remember him taking the glasses off and throwing them.
I mean, he and I got into
that was
a shouting match outside.
Yeah, we walked outside to get a...
No, but he got in a fight with somebody in the club. That's why you and him were fighting.
Because me and you walked to the side, and I'm like, are you? Because I do remember, because I was fairly intoxicated, but I was not blackout. And I remember grabbing you. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Was it really a dude? And you're like, dude, I'm not. Like, I'm not joking. Like... And I'm like, we got to get the fuck out of here then. And you're like, dude, I'm serious. And I did not try and grab his ass, but he's like, dude, look like...
but you winked before...
I did. I did wink.
I think you may have grabbed his ass. I'm not sure.
All I remember is as I'm talking to you, that motherfucker was like staring a hole through me. And I'm like, dude, there ain't enough of us here to fight this one motherfucker. Like, I ain't the dude. Even now, I don't know that I would want to fuck with that dude. And I'm way more trained now. And I'm like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And at that moment, I remember the commotion, because I did think he was going at Shane, but the commotion was Victor getting mad and you had grabbed Shane, or you had grabbed him and were walking towards the door.
Because he pulled through his glasses.
Because you picked up his glasses.
Yeah, he threw his glasses. He was getting in a fight with somebody.
Yeah, and
you and him, he got pissed at you for trying to hold him back.
Yeah, and I remember we're outside and you two were screaming at each other, and I'm like, someone call the fucking taxi.
Well, I remember we were screaming about his personal relationship, what he was trying to do, I think, at the time.
Oh, it could have been. I don't remember.
Well, he might have gotten a fight inside. I remember that happened one other time when he and I went to one of those parties.
Well, with him, it was always it's just like anything. It's like all my fucking stories. I'm in self-destruct mode because I'm so miserable about my decisions that I just try and make it worse and worse and worse. So he probably was hitting on someone. Some other dude noticed it, wanted to fucking fight him. So he throws it because he's ready to do that. And you're seeing the part where he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing, and then it turned into, once you get outside, you get down.
So I was with him at another part, one of Jason's parties.
Yeah.
He was on base at Right Pat, and I was staying with him. So we had to fucking drive back to Dayton from Columbus.
Nope.
So like, we didn't drink that much that night. We left early, but Wesley Snipes shows up right after we left. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, Wesley Snipes is a bitch.
So after the fight,
Yeah.
that's when we get the interesting taxi driver.
Yes.
Well-
yeah. No, who called the taxi
I
driver?
don't remember.
No, we didn't. We just flagged him down.
Yeah,
You know what I
probably.
mean?
We ended up at TJ's.
Yeah,
We
because
took that taxi.
Yeah, we took the.
And
'cause
I think he waited
He
for
gave
us.
us a. No, he gave us a card.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because did we share a taxi
Yeah,
there or home?
no, we picked up 2 random chicks on the way there.
Yeah, because we were I mean,
There was like 5 of us.
you
crammed in
you
that
had
taxi.
fucking alcohol and then you. So, before we get too far into this, we're driving, and I don't know. Did I start the conversation with the taxi driver? He probably just went, "Hey, where are you guys heading?" And I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
drunk off my ass, telling him dumbass fucking stories. And I'm like, "Hey, what do you do besides drive a taxi?" And he's like, "The trunk's full of dildos. I sell fucking sex toys." And
Didn't he
I'm
have
like,
a shop or something? that
"Yeah,"
he
and I'm
ran?
like, "The fuck you mean the trunk's full of fucking dildos? Matt needs like 4."
You got a customer for you right here.
But I remember that, and like, I do remember stopping to pick up 2 girls. I don't remember who saw the girls. I think it was you.
I don't
And you're
remember.
like, "Damn, those 2 are hot." I'm like, "Pull over, grab them," because I was a fucking.
You're like, yeah, you want to share the taxi?
And they didn't pay anything.
No, they ended up stiffing him.
yeah. But I don't even. I think it was one of those like, if we get those girls, I'm gonna fucking hit on them, Mr. Fucking Tough Guy over here. They get in, and he's all like.
I don't remember.
But I remember going to eat, and that's when I realized how fucked up I was.
Yeah,
'Cause-
because you passed out.
Then I almost fell asleep
I
at
think
the
you
table.
passed out on the table.
Yeah. And then we got that dude
Back,
down.
yeah.
He called in or whatever, and we got back. And then I almost got left in a fucking taxi.
No, we would never do that.
And it was the only reason. And I thought about this the other day because as we're prepping for this podcast, I knew this fucking story was going to come up. So let's get this out in the open now, because my buddy Matt claims that he realized that I was passed out in the taxi. That's why he came and got me, right? That's the story. Are we all agreeing that's the story?
Sure.
Yeah. No, I had the fucking keys to the apartment, dickheads. That's the only way we were getting in the fucking building. I realized this fucking almost 20 years later. This motherfucker needed the keys. He didn't forget I was in the fucking taxi. He turned to look to me for the keys. And he's like, "Shit, Lee, you got my buddy." And he's trying to fucking save face now that, hey, this asshole.
I think we were actually trying to get in the door.
Yeah, I know.
Who's got the keys?
I do remember once I got in there, puking my guts out.
Yeah.
Thinking it was blood.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I remember going, "Guys, so I might have to go to the hospital. It's blood." And I don't remember which one of you goes, "Hey, fucking idiot, you drank like 20 cranberry and vodkas. It's probably cranberry."
You were pissing red and
I was everything was fucking red in my body at that point. And the only thing I remember about the next day, in terms of the actual Arnold, is we're going to the Arnold, and there's like fucking. COVID would have a fucking nightmare
Oh my
about this,
God.
but you're literally packed in like sardines, and I feel like absolute dog piss.
I hated every minute of that.
Yeah, I wanted to puke. I think I did go puke in the bathroom at one point, and you guys are just like, "Samples." I'm like, "Fuck samples! I want to die." So we ended up.
I think you're right, because we all ended up divvying up your samples.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't even think I grabbed anything. I mean, I remember seeing Jay Cutler,
Yeah.
Triple H. There was some cool moments of it.
I remember seeing Sylvester Stallone there.
Yeah, and that was all pretty cool. But I mean, I was not an athlete anymore. I was a fucking alcoholic, and I did not feel good. And I just remember, I think I was so fucked up. We didn't even go to the second party the next night. We just ended up ordering pizza, and that's when. This is part of the reason I do jiu-jitsu today. Victor decided to have wrestling matches with everybody, and you fuckers all outweighed me by 50 to 100 pounds.
That's
and
when he
beat
was doing judo, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and he was beating the flying fuck out of me, and you guys were laughing, and I'm like, why is the little one getting the shit kicked out of him?
But Victor always had that, like...
No, why weren't you fighting him?
Because Victor didn't know his own strength.
Yeah. I'm like,
He never knew his own damn strength.
He always fought me.
he beat the shit out of me. Like, literally beat the fucking hell out of me, and I'm like, I should have just went to the party.
That was a lot of fun, though, that day we spent just in that apartment, the four of us.
That was probably one.
Was it just the four of us?
Yeah, it literally was just the four of us in that apartment. I don't even think we watched movies or anything. We just literally sat there and caught up.
No, because I don't even remember shit of TV.
No, I don't know. The other big thing that was very, very fun for me, and you guys might. This was a cool moment the day before your wedding. So Debbie was having issues with our pregnancy, our second pregnancy, like I fucking did anything. I deposited a load and then watched her for 9 months. I'm fucking father of the year. But anyway, she was on bed rest, if you remember. Yeah. So I text you and I'm like, hey, Debbie can't come. We just decided I would drive down the night before and just stay at your place. Yeah. And I remember you came in, Victor came in, and we went to your rehearsal dinner, and Grant heard that we were all staying there. And Grant, it was literally like we all flashed back to our 7th and 8th grade selves. And Grant's like, what do you mean they're staying? I want to stay too. And he like fucking, I don't remember who the fuck he had to get a hold of, but he's like, I'm staying. And that night before your wedding is probably it was probably the last good memory of all of us as a group, because that shortly after that's when all the shit went down with Victor and whatnot, and I'm not getting into that, but that night I remember it was literally just the 5 of us sitting there watching movies, talking shit. We got up the next day, went to breakfast, and literally, what year did you get married? Pop quiet. Jen's gonna listen to this shit. She's gonna fucking know. 2011, so 10 fucking years ago, and that is still one of my favorite fucking memories. Like, we literally just sat there, told bullshit. I think didn't we all just sleep on the floor in your fucking room? We all just passed out there. Like, it was literally.
It wasn't a very big living room.
No, and it was literally like we were fucking 14, 15 years old again, and it was just all of these buddies just hanging out, and I'm gonna fucking shoot that dog. I would never actually shoot a dog, sorry, I said that out loud, but the dog next to our gym is just barking uncontrollably. But yeah, the night before your wedding was just fucking epic, and it wasn't like we did anything special. I don't even think we weren't drinking.
Yeah,
we might have had one or two, but we weren't doing anything stupid. It was literally just buddies that had known each other for basically 15 years at that point, just finally in the same room again. And it's sad that 8 years go by and we finally did it again, and then now we're doing it again, and that was fucking 6 months ago. No, that was almost a year ago. Almost a year ago, and part of that's COVID. Part of it's all the bullshit that's going on, and I don't want to get into any of that shit either, but it's amazing. Like, even though we're telling stories of some of the darkest times of my life, I got a fucking huge smile on my face because we're remembering the good times. Like, even when I was at rock bottom, even in Bowling Green, when I thought my world was over, every time I looked to the left, to the right, you two motherfuckers are standing there. And there's a lot of misconception from people that know me or know some of the drama that's gone down with my gym the last couple years, and they're like, oh, that guy was your best friend. No, motherfucker, that guy was an acquaintance. When I look to my left or I look to my right, there's 2 motherfuckers that have been there damn near every step of the way, and it's you two. And unfortunately, no, me and you started the work. Like, I started my path to actually getting, I wouldn't say clean. I had stopped pills.
Yeah.
Me and you were doing DDP yoga,
yeah.
so he was a big part of the first year of my, because you left in 2013, right?
Yep.
So my first year and a half. So I had, I don't remember if you were there. I think it was you and Victor. 2011 to 2012 New Year's Eve. Victor brought his 2 buddies in. and we had a New Year's Eve party, and I got absolutely fucking shit-faced. I remember that. We played a lot of Call of Duty. You might have came in.
I don't know if you were there for that or not.
I remember Victor coming in one, and that's...
No, he was there.
Yeah.
He was definitely there, because that's when he told us about his other kid, and he had a breakdown and everything.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Well, that was yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, so that was bad.
That
but
was the start of yeah.
But anyway, I had an MRI on my neck 2 days before you guys all came into town. And I don't think anybody actually knew that from I mean, you might have known it because me and you were pretty fucking close at that time. You were in Cleveland, so it was like you coming in was one of those things. And texting still even back then wasn't as big as it is now. So it was like we kept in touch like once a month kind of thing. Versus now, the three of us have a message that goes literally almost nonstop. But I had an MRI, and I remember getting, they gave me 2 Valium, 3 Vicodin, and I don't remember what else. Excuse me. And they were like, this is to calm you down so you can go in this MRI machine and get your neck calm. You got to make it like 45 minutes to get a good image, and I get in and I'm instantly like, you got to get me the fuck out of here. I'm like, yeah, you got to give me more to calm me down. And the nurse quite possibly saved my fucking life. She don't realize it, but she looked at me and she said, I gave you enough to knock out a fucking horse, and it has done nothing to you. You have a problem. I was like, I don't do anything other than what's prescribed. Like, I take 3 Vicodin a day, 3 Soma a day. That was the other thing, muscle relaxers. I go, I take 3 Vicodin, 3 Soma, and 2 Valium almost every day. And she's like, yeah, that's not normal. And I'm like, it's what they fucking prescribed me. And she's like, yeah, that should fucking knock you on your ass. And you're having a full-fledged conversation with me like nothing's wrong. And I'm like, well, I normally do that plus like some Jack Daniels, And I mean, I'm laughing about it now, but she's like, her eyes are all big, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? She's like, we can't even find out what's wrong with your neck to know if you need surgery. So you guys came in, I think it was that night, and we got fucked up for like 3 or 4 nights in a row. But that New Year's Eve is our New Year's Day, when everybody left, and you were living in town, I'm more talking when Victor and his buddies left, is when I decided, all right.
I don't remember Victor's buddies coming. Was this a Solid Drive?
Yeah. Yeah.
He brought 2 of his friends.
Yeah.
I may not have been there then.
It might not have been.
I don't remember him bringing.
We might have
friends.
called you. When you was
And
having-
that might not be the same time that Victor had his breakdown either.
I thought it was because that's what started the him versus our other friend feud. Because Margot was puking upstairs in the bathroom that day.
If that was that night, then
Yeah.
Who, I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe I was there. I don't remember who the friends were though.
I don't remember their names.
I don't remember them at all either.
They were from.
I remember the one didn't shower for 4 days at our
They were
house.
from this base.
Yeah, and that was really weird. But that moment was when I was like, all right, I got to pull my fucking shit together. And I don't know. I mean, you guys can answer this better than I can. I feel like I'm still the same fucking guy. I'm just not a crazy asshole that's drunk all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like to believe I'm just as much fun. I mean, I still have beers here or there, but I don't know. How many times have we actually been shit-faced since that moment? Not very often.
I don't think I have been since the night I left, the night before I left.
Well, we got you fucked up that night.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we got you. No, we got to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
We got to talk about that shit. Yeah. You ever see a 200-pound man do a mini keg stand? I have, motherfuckers.
What was it?
No, well then I have been fucked up since
was,
then because
It was like Heineken or something.
No, it was.
no, it was Killian's.
Brown.
Yeah, it was Killian's
No,
Red.
it wasn't.
Honey Brown, yeah. All I remember, and so we're having a going away party for Shane. I host it at our house, and I was, how do I want to word this? Because me and you have had this conversation several times. I was extremely happy for Shane to go do something else, but I was also very pissed off at Shane for leaving me, because you had already left, and obviously it didn't fucking change anything, but you had already left, and I'm going, now my son and my daughter's godparents or godfathers are fucking way away. So I could give you a lot of shit about leaving. So I had planned on getting him fucked up. That was the plan.
Son of a bitch.
That was the plan. And I just remember, I did not expect my wife to get as fucked up as she did. Because that was the day.
So much stuff going on that night.
That was the day she tried to tackle Josh at like 2.1 mile an hour, and he got up, moved. It was like a matador. Like he got up and moved, and she like fucking face plants because her drunk ass couldn't even fucking walk. But who shot? Was it
Across the street.
across the street? We're shooting firecrackers out of a fucking slingshot.
Yep.
We're lucky nothing happened for this. But I just remember there are still pictures of this. Me, you, and somebody else holding Shane's fucking legs upside down, pumping this mini keg, and just the best
It
though.
wasn't even a mini keg. It was just like
No, it was a little like it was
Yeah.
a, like
It was a pony keg.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it was a pony keg.
no, it wasn't a pony. It was literally one of those like it was like
It was one that you can buy
It was like
at
a
the store.
72 ounce like fucking beer that was in a pump like a keg. It wasn't even a keg, and we have this motherfucker upside down. But the best part of this whole thing, and he only recently found out about this, is when we were doing the fucking pour around shots. And all of us would put our thumb over the Jack Daniels and act like we were taking these long ass fucking swigs. And I'd be like, fuck, that was 10 seconds, bro, and hand it to him, and he would do an actual 10-second chug of Jack Daniels, and this fuck. But
I
then
think he finished the bottle that night.
then we ran out of something, and Cassie was there,
Yeah.
and I remember Shane was like, damn, she's got a nice ass or something, and we're like, we sent him and Cassie to the store to get alcohol,
Yeah.
and right before they left, we're like, Shane, make sure you tell her you fucking love her ass. And he was like, fuck you. And we're like, no, seriously, just one time, just look at her in the eyes and say, you got a banging ass. And I thought he was going to fucking kill us. But yeah, that was a fucking
I
blast.
slept in your bathroom that night.
You did.
People would say goodbye, and I think it was like,
Yeah. You puked, Debbie puked, Josh puked. There were a lot of motherfuckers that puked that night. And that was just a great, my daughter just walked up, so they're waving at her. But yeah, that was a great going away party. But I was somewhat sober that day in terms of the overall picture compared to what you were
I
doing.
think
Anyway.
2 of the 3 of us were sober that day.
Yeah, well, Shane was drunk enough for all of us, and then Debbie's dumbass trying to tackle Josh was, that was pretty fucking epic. But anyway, so then you moved down to Tennessee, and I still, oh my God, he doesn't know this story. I gotta tell the story. Remember when I flew down to Tennessee to see you? So I flew down for work, and I'm in Tennessee, and I text him, I'm like, hey dude, take whatever day it was off. That Wednesday off. I fly home Thursday. I got a fucking Holiday Inn, right caddy quarter, Bridgestone Arena. We're gonna fucking go downtown. We're gonna have a blast. And Shane's like, okay, cool. So I think at like 11:30 we go downtown, eat lunch, and I'm going, all right, I'm gonna order a fucking scotch and a beer at every bar we go to. When the scotch starts disappearing before the beer, we're fucked. By 3 we were fucked. So we end up at what the fuck is it called? Coyote Ugly. And this bitch
In the
it's
in the afternoon.
in the middle of the day.
So there's like nobody in there.
There's 2 of
anyway.
us there, and this bitch is trying to walk on the fucking bar on her hands with 2 of us there. And I'm like, I'm gonna expense this fucking lunch, but I'm like, Shane, I'm gonna get you a body shot. And I'm like, so I asked her, I'm like, hey, can you put something other than body shot on the receipt? She goes, yeah, I can just give you a blank receipt that gives the total, not the breakdown. I'm like, awesome. I want a body shot. So we drank all fucking day. We go down, we end up at like the Hard Rock.
You're not going to explain more of that story?
No, I'm going to get there.
Oh.
Because the best part of it
Not
is
that I want you to.
the best part of it is the next day when you text me
Oh.
asking about it.
Oh.
But anyway, so we drink all fucking day. And we were at damn near every bar, and we go to the Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Hard Rock where we ate dinner? We end up getting back, and didn't you stay in the Holiday Inn? Or no, you drove
I drove
back.
home.
So he drove back.
Because I had to work the next day.
He has to work the next day. I have a 7 a.m. flight out, and I'm bombed. So I wake up, I throw all my fucking shit in the thing, and I head straight to the airport. I'm about to board the plane, and Shane texts me, goes, why the fuck is there a permanent marker all over my body? And I'm like, what? So she had drawn like a sun around one of his nipples. She had drawn something over the other one. She
Arrows.
drove an arrow down. Like, he got into some shit. Didn't you say it took like 3 days to
Yeah,
get off?
for all that to come
Like,
off.
It was fucking, and he's like, I'm never fucking drinking with you again. And I'm like, dude, I don't remember any of that happening. But yeah.
That's probably the last time then that I've been.
Yeah, we got pretty fucked up downtown Nashville. So anyway, guys, we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes, and my family is here, so we're supposed to go to lunch or dinner after this. So I appreciate you guys coming on. Anything you want to throw out to the people? Matt, if you haven't noticed, is a man. The only time he got excited enough to talk was when he was talking about me fucking backing into a
Dancing
dude.
with a dude?
Yeah, that's the only time. Every other time he's like sitting back like this. Start talking about Jay's dancing with a dude and gets all fucking close to the mic and shit. So anyway, we've known each other for 25 years. We're coming up on
Maybe
30
more.
years. And love you guys with everything I got. I appreciate you guys always being here for me. For the people listening to this, I just told stories of about 20 years of knowing these guys, of being a fucking piece of shit that drank and did a lot of dumb shit. So if you're thinking you can't turn your shit around, if you're thinking you can't get on a road to a better version of yourself, I'm just proving to you who the real me was for a very long time. So I appreciate these guys coming in and talking shit about me for about an hour and 20 minutes. So Shane, you got anything to add?
I'm good.
All right, y'all. That's been the Road to Optimal Self with Jay, Shane, and Matt. Boom.